Are you a fan of Fixer Upper, No Demo Reno, and pretty much any other home renovation show on HGTV? And you may be thinking, that looks easy, I'll take a swing at that. Well, before you take a swing at any drywall, be sure you watch this video. It can help save you thousands and possibly a few headaches along the way. My name is Candace Lubojasky with eXp Realty, and today we're getting into all things home renovation, no matter how big or small of a project you're thinking. Home renovations look easy on TV, but the reality is you have no idea what you're about to get into until you start tearing down walls. I've literally seen trash that's been drywalled over. I've seen spliced wiring and junction boxes that are not connected properly, which is really dangerous. So you want to make sure that you have somebody that's experienced in demolition that can help guide you along the way. You can also think the older the home, possibly the more problems you're going to run into. As building materials that are being used today have changed throughout the years, so have building codes. And because of that, you can almost think of an old home kind of like a rotten onion. Each layer you peel back, you may find more surprises that just might be a little more expensive to fix. You need to have backup plan B, C, D, E, F, and maybe G. As you begin your home renovation journey, the items and materials you have picked out in the beginning of your project might not be available by the time you go to place your order. This is due to the large demand of renovations, new construction projects, and supply chain issues we're facing in the marketplace today. So be sure that you have all these items lined up, and if a material is not available at the time that you need to purchase it, you at least have a backup plan and it won't delay your project. The cost to build a brand new home went from $140 a square foot to now a whopping $220 a square foot. This includes all the materials that you can't see behind the walls, plus the average cost of flooring. This does not take into account any upgrades. This is the average price of a home using average material costs. So when you're choosing between building a brand new home and possibly renovating an older home, you have to look at the value beyond the house itself. Does the new home, is it in a neighborhood that you would love to raise your family in? Or does the older home have a fish pond on acreage that you just can't live without? Make sure you ask these questions before you decide to purchase either a new home or the existing home, and that's where you're going to find your answer. The timeline to renovate a project right now has lengthened due to the lack of materials and supply chain issues. So if you are considering a project, no matter how big or small, be sure that it's going to line up with the timeline you have in mind. So if you're wanting to accomplish a project before the kids are out for summer, maybe during the summer before they go back to school, be sure that you can line up along with the contractor what their timeline is. So right now, a small project, let's say a bathroom remodel, a small size, would take you anywhere from 4 to 5 months to complete that project from beginning to end. A medium-sized project right now is taking anywhere from 6 to 7 months to complete. And a large-scale project is taking anywhere from 1 to 1.5 years to complete. So be sure you do your homework and make sure you know what your timeline is before you get started. Contractors are super busy right now. That means even anybody who is willing to swing a hammer is booked. Contractors are actually having a really hard time getting their subcontractors to show up for work because they are in such high demand as well. Right now, if you're trying to start a renovation project, no matter the scale, large or small, any contractor is out at least 2 to 3 months out from being able to begin your project. So be sure to keep that in mind as well. Let's talk sacrifices. Nobody likes to, but it needs to be said. So as you begin your project, depending on how many surprises are being found in your project, you may have to sacrifice on the beautiful design finishes and details, which is extremely unfortunate. I know, I've had to experience them myself. So one of the best things that you can do is keep a running tab of all the design finishes and features that you wish in your dream home to have, and any leftover money that is used or not used on parts of your home, you can apply towards those beautiful design features and details. For example, if you would love to have gorgeous French doors, but you're not sure if it's going to fit within your budget right now, be sure you have an Excel spreadsheet and you know exactly what the cost of those doors are, plus the installation and labor that it's going to cost for you to have those doors installed. Let's say your bathroom project came in under budget. That means you now have room within your budget to have your beautiful French doors installed. Woohoo! I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to follow along on my Facebook and YouTube pages where you will get more information and insight just like this, so you can be sure that you are a savvy homeowner and you don't get stuck in any home renovation projects.